Hey, everyone, and welcome back to Stand By Go, the theater podcast out of Asheville, North Carolina. Here we are. We're at the final four of our Broadway March Madness tournament. I'm super excited. I know you all are super excited. And our final four competitors are excited and ready to go to see who's going to go to the championship. But first, I need to go over what this round is going to be, the rules of this round. We're going to look at the bracket, and then we're going to talk with the competitors one more time. So about this round, this is going to be straight up trivia. In the past, we've had different levels of difficulty where it was a free throw, 2-pointer, or 3-pointer. We're doing away with that for this round. Everything is 1 point. Each person will get to go 7 times. So instead of 5 rounds, we have 7. But every question is worth 1 point. If the original person gets it wrong, the other person can steal and steal that 1 point. It's about the only thing that is like the past rounds. Within all those questions, there are categories of questions that I did research for that I'm going to give to the competitors. And my notes are, if you're watching on YouTube and you see me looking up, my notes are up on my desk. So that's kind of why I keep doing that. So there are about 50 questions within this bowl that I will reach into and pull. And again, for those who can see, they're closed up. I can't like read the question. Well, that's not a good example. I can't read the questions, so I have no idea what's happening. So, maybe they'll get an easy one. Maybe they'll get a more difficult one. But it's all based off of the pull out of the bowl. And there's about 50 in here that are just straight up Broadway musical trivia. So they could be trivia about shows, like individual shows, people that are in those shows, like plots about the shows. It could be about Broadway in general, whether it's not about a specific show, it's about Broadway overall, or it's about the Tonys. And there's 7 of them in here that are just last lines. So I will give them the last line of a show. They have to give me the show. There are about 10 that are called the synonymous titles. I got this from a quiz that every word in the title, I will give them a synonym to those words, and then they have to give me the title of the show. So the example that I gave them was felines, and the show back to me is cats. Excuse me. And then the last is 1 sentence description, which is exactly what it sounds like. I give them 1 sentence description of the show, and they have to give me the show. So my example is, founding fathers fight for our freedom and find it hard to lead a nation. That answer is Hamilton. That is not in the bowl, but that is an example of how that is going to be. I did one section of research that is not in this round, but I did want to let you know, and that's the role originators for title characters of a show. And the reason why it's not in there for this round is because it's too close to what happened in the first round, where I gave them who was in a show, but they may come back next week in our finals, in which it'll be a jumble of all 3 of the rounds prior to it. So those are the questions. That's how the points are going to work. That's how I'm going to pull out the questions and things like that. So let us look at our brackets one last time so we can see who's going this week. So out of the directors region, we have Mark. Out of the actors region, we have Audrey. Out of the musician, stage manager, and designers region, we have Sarah. And out of the teenager region, we have Riley. So those are our 4 competitors in our 2 matchups this episode. So let us talk to our competitors. For those of you who may have forgotten the first introductory episode, or just want to get to know these final 4 competitors a little bit better. So let's talk to them. We have our first final 4 competitor. Out of the director region, we have Mark. And Mark, can you remind us of your team name and mascot?
Yes, I am the Phantoms. My mascot is a white mask.
And you've been in a lot of shows. What would you say one of your favorite roles that you've played would be?
Well, one of my favorite roles, and the one that got me a lot of recognition back when it happened, was when I played Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly story musical that was at Heart in 2010, I believe. I got called Buddy Holly quite a bit after that. So, but it was a fun show. I got to sing 20 or 18 songs a night. I felt like a rock star. So,
Did you have to learn how to play guitar for that?
I tried, and guitar is very hard. So no, I learned how to fake it, and I had a wonderful guitarist in the band that played for me, and he taught me how to fake it so I looked like I was playing. So.
And go ahead and give us your battle cry.
I am your angel of music.
And out of our actor region, we have Audrey. Audrey, why don't you remind us of your team name and mascot?
Hello, I am Audrey of the Pittsburghers, and my mascot is a burger.
And what is one of your dream roles?
Oh man, I've narrowed it down to two. I think just because I was listening to it recently, Maria from Sound of Music or Janice from Mean Girls.
Very nice. And go ahead and give us your battle cry.
Woohoo!
And on to the other side of the brackets in our musician, stage manager, designer region, we have Sarah. And Sarah, why don't you remind us what your team name and mascot is?
My team name is the Illegally Brunettes, and my mascot is the Humble Taco.
And how many shows do you think you've played in?
I thought you might ask this, and I thought about trying to pull up my resume and count. But since 2000, not counting any collegiate shows, since 2012, I've done about 5 or 6 shows a year. The number is pretty high at this point. I can't math today. I'm only supposed to count to 4 as a musician anyway.
We all know me and math don't. So I'm gonna pull out the good old. My mother would be
a healthy number.
My mother would be so upset that I have to do this, but that is if we stick with 6 a year. Oh, that was since 2012, so that's what, 11 years?
That is 11 years. That's
I don't have to use the calculator. It's 66.
It's 66, yeah, at least.
There we go.
Yep.
And Sarah, why don't you give us your battle cry?
I'm gonna bring it on.
And now on to our last competitor of the final 4 out of our teenager bracket. We have Riley. So Riley, why don't you remind us of your mascot and team name?
I am the East High Wildcats.
And then I'm going to give you the same question I gave Audrey. What is 1 or 2 of your dream roles?
I don't know. I have a Pinterest board dedicated to this, but I can't remember any of them off the top of my head. I mean, probably Little Red from Into the Woods, or yeah, we'll go with that one because I can't remember any of my other ones. I'd have to pull up my phone, but yeah.
Well, it's a good role.
That's a good one.
And why don't you give us your battle cry?
What team? Wildcats!
All right, so there's one thing that I decided to do for this tournament way before we even started it, but I haven't told anybody, except for a couple of people do know, but for the most part, nobody knows about this. And it is what you all are playing for. You all are playing for.
Oh my God, there's a trophy.
First annual winner of the Broadway March Madness tournament trophy.
Wow.
With the comedy and drama mask that spins.
Oh my God, the stakes are so high.
So now the stakes have been risen.
Wow.
I have some very competitive people here in my final 4.
Wow,
but
that's
I
incredible.
think this may have just upped the ante.
Wow.
So
One of the
stay
reasons I'm
tuned
keeping my mouth shut.
Stay tuned for the competition. Let's get right into it.
Oh my.
All right, we are in our first Final Four competition between Mark and Audrey, and we're just going to jump right into it. And instead of going to the cup to figure out who gets to pick who goes first, we're just going to go old simple. Give me a number between 1 and 100, and whoever is the closest gets to choose.
I'm going to say 55.
I'm going to say 64.
And the answer was 27.
Oh, Mark gets to go first. Yay.
So Mark gets to choose whether you
he
go
gets
first
to choose.
or second.
Mm, everybody's always been mean. I'm just going to go first,
Ooh.
instead of making
Let's
Audrey
go, Mark.
first.
Okay.
First. Yeah, and so like this one is a little bit different than the past because it's all 1 points. So it's not as much like strategy of I'm going to take a 3-pointer or whatnot.
Yeah.
I figured it would be too hard to try and figure out 3 different levels of difficulty for these things. So
yeah, that's fair.
There we go. Reaching into the bowl. I'm sure that sounds great over the microphone too. I'm sure everybody's gonna love that as I do that. Here we go. So Mark, for your first one, which show about Danny and Sandy was made into a film with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John?
That would be Grease.
Isn't that one of your favorite shows, Mark?
One of my favorite shows?
Yeah.
I love the show. I mean, it has special meaning to me. It was like, I technically would say it's the first musical I did in high school. I played Duty.
Oh, I love that.
But it's a show that I've always wanted to direct.
Oh, gotcha.
I guess. I mean, I did music direct and choreograph a high school production when I was, first starting out doing stuff. But I would love to direct a full-fledged production with adults playing teenagers.
Yeah, that sounds
because
fun.
I think it's a fun show, and everyone takes it so seriously, and it's not a serious show in any way, shape, or form. It's designed to
so
be
camp. It's
Yeah.
so campy. Yeah.
And this is all information that you'd find out if you listen to the rest of my podcast episodes, in which I talked to Mark about that of Stand By Go. And fun
Ooh.
fact, everybody in the final 4 of this competition has been on Stand By Go. And
Wow.
and typical traditional interview style of Stand By Go will come back a week or 2 after this tournament is over. All right, so shameless plug aside, Audrey, it is your turn. For your first question, the lyrics "You Are 16 Going on 17" are from which musical?
The Sound of Music.
That is correct.
How fitting. We just did that.
Yes, Mark and I did a Zoomsicle production of it and played romantic leads opposite each other.
Yes.
Fun stuff. That's all that you were doing.
Mark came in and saved the day at the last minute. We had some people rearrange, and Mark came in and read Georg for us. It was nice.
All right, Mark.
It's always interesting to do that.
Oh, for sure it is.
Here we go. A Chicago R&B trio becomes successful, but at great personal cost. Can you recall the name of this Broadway show?
That would be Dreamgirls.
It would be Dreamgirls.
That is my all-time favorite musical.
That's a great show.
So most of the time I try and read verbatim off of what's on the paper, but sometimes I feel like it's too obvious. So for that one, the full thing says a Chicago R&B trio called The Dreams becomes successful. So I felt like I would take that out so it wasn't as obvious.
Fair enough.
And yeah. So here we go. Oh, this is one of them that are the last lines of a show.
Oh God.
This
Okay.
is the last line of a show. Trapped, which isn't too bad for the end of a musical comedy. Ta-da!
A musical comedy. I'm just.
This is the
I'm
last
just.
line that was said.
I'm just gonna. It's not right, but I'm gonna say Clue.
No, that is not
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Mark looks like he might know the answer.
No, I'm
Mark,
trying to
remember?
think what show ends like that. Oh, I don't lose points if I get it wrong. I'm gonna say The Producers.
No.
Oh damn!
It is.
What was it?
It was from Pippin.
Pippin. Okay.
Oh, I don't remember that. I've done that show and I don't remember that line.
Okay. Whatever.
That's that ending of that show, if you've never seen it, is such a bizarre ending.
Yeah.
Everything is
That
literally
came from
the costumes, the
from-
set, the lights, everything are stripped away. So it's just 3 people left standing in a spotlight, and even that's gone away. So yeah, I don't remember that. I mean, I wasn't.
It came from
so.
a playbill.com.
I'm not questioning you. I'm sure it's there, but I just don't remember it.
Fair enough.
All right, into the third round. Mark has a 2-1 lead. And here we go. Which character was played by Renee Zellweger in the film adaptation of Chicago?
That would be Roxy Hart.
That would be Roxy Hart. You are correct. You are correct. Roxy.
Shout out to Ryan Miller, whose team name that was.
I'd love,
Roxy.
yes. I'd love to do that show.
Same.
I want to be Mr. Cellophane or Amos so bad.
It's been done twice in this area, so I don't think it'll be done anytime soon.
Maybe I can dream up here in Pittsburgh.
True, you're in a new city.
It's a fun show. I
It
did.
is.
I did fly rail for it at my home theater, and I won
Yeah.
the Golden Screw Award for it by
Wow.
accidentally dumping about 5 pounds of confetti on the stage.
Oh yeah, I remember that story. You
That's
told us that.
incredible.
They had
You
just
told us
refilled.
that.
They had just refilled the contraption for the next 2-week runs. Yeah, it's the biggest trophy I have. It's up on my desk. All right, Audrey, for your question in the third round. The wedding of an American woman's daughter brings 3 of her former suitors to her Greek bed and breakfast in this musical.
Oh, Mark directed this show. It's Mamma Mia.
It is Mamma Mia. I was about to start humming that music, but
Mamma Mia. Here I go again.
all right, Mark. Okay, so this is one of the synonymous titles.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to give you synonyms to the words in the actual show. So this one is Small Boutique of Terrors.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, that is correct.
I need Mark to get one of the last line ones. I need to catch up, and that's the only way it's gonna happen for me.
Yeah, it's for him to miss one.
Listen, I long for hard ones, and the only one I missed the only one I missed in the music one was Hunchback, and the reason it threw me is because it was never a Broadway show.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was like, I couldn't imagine that it was in there, but I mean, I was wrong, so that's why it was like.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. I was thinking because I'm like, did we already do this show? But we have, but it's okay. Which Broadway musical is based on the 1924 trials of accused murderers Beulah, Annan, and Belva Gartner?
Oh, it's Chicago.
It is Chicago.
Reiterating that I would love to do that show. It's so good.
A group of rebellious German teenagers discover their bodies and each other in this groundbreaking rock musical.
That would be Spring Awakening.
That would be Spring Awakening.
That's another very good show that I'm a little too old for right now. because I'm too young to play the adults, but I'm too old to play any of the kids.
That's where I am in a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah.
I've grown out of the kids altogether. I'm an adult now. I've become a dad. That's fine.
So
There are a
many
lot
of
of good
my-
dad roles though. in
Oh no,
musical.
I've grown into a whole new dream role. Like some of my dream roles are no longer in existence, but I've had to create a whole new list of dream roles because I'm now grown out of my dream roles.
I feel that. Yeah.
I
Like
have a
no
whole
more will I
list.
be able to play Huck Finn in Big River because I am, but I can certainly play, the Duke or the King.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really want to play I really want to play Tevye. There's a lot of dads that I want to play.
Yeah.
All right, whose turn is it? It's Audrey's turn.
It's
Audrey's
mine,
turn.
yeah.
A French peasant tries to elude a relentless policeman against a backdrop of poverty and revolution.
Les Miserables.
Yeah, you are correct. Starts off as one. And then
That's a very narrow description of that musical. There are so many other things that happen other than just Valjean and Javert.
yeah,
I'm just thankful that the musical came out because it was the first incarnation of the book that was able to squeeze most of the storylines in.
Yeah.
Because most of the movies that came out before that musical and before the musical they would eliminate most of the characters.
Yeah.
But there's a wonderful, if you get a chance, there's a wonderful miniseries. I think there's 6 episodes with Lily. What is her name? It just came out on PBS.
Is it Lily James?
Yes, Lily James plays Fantine.
Yeah.
But it is the closest thing to the book, and it's amazing because like Eponine is in it and the Thénardiers, and I mean, it's really, really good. And I love
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, it's really well, it really digs into the characters really good. So I highly recommend it. So
Okay.
and it's not a musical, so
I'm still down for a good drama.
yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Cool.
so it is Mark's turn. This jukebox musical, which tells the story of the rise and fall of early rock group The Four Seasons, ran from 2005 to 2017.
Jersey Boys.
You're correct. I always love it when Mark figures it out. Like he knows it. He just gets this grin on his face. I know it.
It's kind of
A nice subtle smirk.
It's kind of a smirk like, oh, God, that was so easy. Like,
Yeah.
I want give me a hard one.
I feel like we just need to make like a whole category of questions for Mark where he's challenged.
That would be, it's like, I don't know if anyone could create that unless it was like.
Yeah, I feel like you have a very robust knowledge of Broadway.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be.
I feel like there are some questions that would make you at least think.
Like
Just
puzzle
haven't
a little
pulled
bit.
them
Listen, the
Just
older
haven't
musicals would be the hard ones for me. Anything
enough.
past 1980 and on, I'm very well versed in those. It's the older ones that throw me. Like I missed Kiss Me Kate in that first round because I was like,
Yeah.
what? Because I don't really know those shows and I don't have an interest in those shows. I have no interest in directing them. I have no interest in being in them because I think they're so old-fashioned.
I agree.
Most of them need to be redone. Like we talked about this during the Sound of Music the other night. It's so long. And even though I love Sound of Music, it needs a major revamp.
It needs to be truncated.
It needs to be made different, like it needs to be revitalized. And, there's a lot of shows that just need new scripts and they just need to be.
Well, and also you have like, there are references in a lot of older shows that are really uncouth. Like there's so many theaters that will do a funny thing happened on the way to the Forum, and that show is so offensive to women. Like I can't, like it's terrible. But I mean, like it's like old classic Broadway, and so people are still gonna do it. And every time I'm like, y'all need to be better, do better than this.
Stop doing it, Or they need or the writers need to go back and, I mean, Cinderella is a prime example of that. The new Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella has a new book, and it's amazing. And it's like, it's funny at the end of Act 1 when she runs back and grabs the shoe and runs off. Everyone in the audience behind me went, what? how is that going to work? Because she didn't leave the shoe. you know, it was very funny. I enjoyed it, so I'm glad that they went back and rewrote that script.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on. We go off on tangent.
Here we go. So Audrey, for your 6th round, it's 2 Mormon missionaries. I'm not even going to read the rest.
Mormon.
There we go. Should have just said 2 missionaries go to Uganda, but yes, you were right.
Even still, that would have given it away. There's not many shows with
2 missionaries go to Uganda. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. All right, Mark. This one's for the win. Get this right, you win. But if you get it wrong, Audrey gets it right and then gets hers right, she wins.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. I have to get rid of this one because it's a show that you actually both have already answered, so I can't.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. This musical brings together characters from several grim fairy tales for a dark, fantastical story about the consequences of our actions.
That would be Into the Woods.
It would be Into the Woods.
It was a good run, friends.
I've done that show twice. I love that show. I would love to do it again.
I would really love to do it for the first time. Yeah. I think it'd be really fun to be the witch.
Who have you been, Mark?
I was Jack in 1996.
Oh, cute.
At Warren Wilson College. And then in 2002, I was Rapunzel's Prince in Richmond, Virginia.
I love that.
So, but I would love to do it again.
It's a really good show.
I want to play Jack. Not Jack. I want to play the baker so bad.
It's a really great role.
I think Mandy Bean and I cast that show one time.
I think at this point I would either want to be the baker or the narrator.
The narrator's a really great role. I feel like it's really underplayed because everybody really wants to be the baker, or like men really want to be the baker, but the narrator's such a good role. I mean, he
gets to play the old man.
The story. Yeah.
So he gets to sing that wonderful song, and it's, yeah. But I mean, the most recent revival, the narrator was a kid. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did y'all catch the one that was done out at Hollywood Bowl?
With Gaten Matarazzo? Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Sierra Boggess.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Sierra.
Love her.
Who doesn't?
I follow her on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram, and she just puts up stories of her ice skating, and it's mesmerizing.
I love that for you.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Audrey, would you like your final question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
a U.S. territory achieves statehood. As a U.S. territory achieves statehood, a cowboy and a farmhand fight for the love of a farm girl. What's the name of this musical?
Is it Annie Get Your Gun? What is it?
It's Oklahoma.
It's Oklahoma. Oh, good. I don't think I've ever seen Oklahoma all the way through. Like, I know some of the songs, but I've never seen it. I mean, I wasn't going to win anyway, so it was a good run.
But you gave a good run.
I saw Oklahoma. I saw the revival that they did
on Broadway.
That they did at Circle in the Square.
Oh, cool.
That's a prime example of revamping a show to a new generation.
Yeah.
And making it more accessible, because I mean, like they cast the woman that was in the wheelchair, and then they also cast like persons of color in roles that like they never would have been cast in before. Yeah,
it's a revamp.
Really great revival.
It's a revamp, and that's what. And like I said, don't get me wrong; these old musicals are wonderful, but they need to be streamlined a little bit more, and they need to be, because back in the day when these shows were created, there were things. For example, and I'll give you an example. I did My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
In 1995, I played Freddie Eynsford Hill. Well, Freddie sings "On the Street Where You Live" in Act 1. In Act 2, he does a reprise of it. The reprise is the entire song all over again. But you want to know why he does that reprise?
Why?
It's because they need to change the set, and she needs to change clothes. she needs to get into a new costume. So they needed
Yeah.
to give them time. So he sang the entire song again. We don't need to do that anymore. We have
No, we
computerized
don't.
scenery and quick changes.
Yeah.
So things like that are unnecessary should be streamlined.
Sure. Absolutely.
And that's just me. I'm sure there's people out there that are like, oh, that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't. But I just feel like shows could be streamlined. And
oh,
you know,
totally.
even Gypsy, which is one of my all-time favorite shows, has some moments that are just like, this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know, this
sure.
slows the story down when we should be moving it forward, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I just feel like they just need to go through. And you know, like you said, Audrey, there are references, there are things that don't fit into today's society anymore.
And they're kind of offensive. And like, you know, you gotta give them, I mean, I guess understand that like that was the time. That's the argument that people use, but like you can't use that argument. Like you have the tools to make things different and to make things better and more accessible. And if you can do that, you should do that.
Yeah.
So yes.
I agree.
I love revivals when they find a new way of telling the story.
Yes.
When they just put a lot of the old revivals, and I love Kelly O'Hara, don't get me wrong. I love Kelly O'Hara.
Yeah.
She became the revival queen there for a while. On every show, it was like South Pacific. And then I forget, she did a couple others, Kiss Me Kate. And it was like, but the thing was, is they were putting the exact same show on the Broadway stage. It wasn't really a revival. It's like, revive it, change it up, give it some, you know, modern,
some
shiz, exactly.
All right. Well, with Mark moving on to the finals, give us your battle cry one last time.
I am your angel of music.
All right. We are in our second competition of the final four between Sarah and Riley. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I don't have my cup or anything to figure out who goes. To figure out, Luna is cheering.
Sorry, she's
right.
Battle crying for me.
It is all right. To decide who goes first or second, we're going easy. Give me a number between 1 and 100.
63.
What was that?
63.
63.
33.
33. And the number is 53. So that would be Riley. You were only 10 off.
Unless we're like going at this from like the Price is Right point of view, which in
we're not. We're going whoever's closest.
Come on.
Hey, it's fine.
I do have to tell you. I have to tell you.
concede.
Like neither one of you like going first, but you both won the last round by going first.
Well, you just jinxed someone.
I'm just saying. So, and there's no strategy in going for a 3-pointer or 2-pointer this round. So
It has been a year since we've done this. Yes.
Feels like it.
Yes.
So Riley, do you want to go first or second?
See, this is difficult because I went second in the first round and I won, and then I went first in the second round and then I won. I'm gonna go with second.
You're so humble.
I'm so humble.
Yes, you're like my taco, my mascot, the humble taco.
All right.
All right.
So that means that Sarah is
first.
first, and you get the first. Let me jumble them up.
Very good.
Not looking.
I feel like we're playing cranium right now.
Pulling
Don't know what
one out.
category it's going to be. My trusty pencil to write down the
Okay.
answers.
Here we go. What musical tells the story of a sorority girl who enrolls at Harvard to win back her ex-boyfriend?
That would be the play off of my team name. My team name is the Illegally Brunettes, and the answer, I do believe, to this is going to be Legally Blonde, the musical.
You are correct.
That was
Thank
a really
you.
roundabout way of saying the answer.
Well, I could have added in there. I played her arch enemy, Vivian Kensington, but I didn't want to go that far, so I didn't.
I appreciate that.
Anything I can do to help.
All right, here we go, Riley.
Like, you want to lose so I can move on? That'd be so helpful.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in that being that helpful.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I love this is I think this is the earliest that we've had trash talk between the two.
I haven't seen Riley in forever, so this is really the best part of my day right now. Actually, is seeing Riley.
There was an Elite Eight competition where they trash talked me, and I wasn't appreciative of that.
I'm sorry.
They threatened that if they broke up, they would blame it on me. So.
Well, I now know who you're talking about.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Sorry, I was getting tape off my desk. What?
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
What is the name of the musical based on Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Spamalot.
You would be correct.
Oh my God, can you not hesitate like that? That's horrifying.
It was really entertaining for me, actually.
You both hate that. Sarah hates that.
I know. What I hate is when you say, "Are you sure? Is that your answer?" Just
I haven't gotten that one. I haven't gotten that one yet. It's just like the look of like, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure.
Which does no good if people are listening on a podcast, but it's like, you know,
they can imagine it.
They can just imagine. I'm just looking at it.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Ready. Round 2.
I'm actually feeling okay about this.
Here we go. Round 2. In this musical, an arrogant professor transforms a lower class Cockney woman into a posh young lady by giving her speech lessons.
That would be My Fair Lady.
That would be My Fair Lady.
That was such a descriptive summary.
I know.
Couldn't have kept it a little vague.
It was you should have just said the rain in Spain.
Listen, I just went to a bunch of different quizzes and that's what I got from that one.
I'm not complaining. Clearly, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. I would like to say this, that my mom just wished me good luck. So I have my mom on my side. Just going to put that out there.
I mean, I've played 2 church services today, so I got Jesus on my side.
Whoa!
She went there. She did
go there. I didn't go to church today. It's Palm Sunday.
Oh.
Happy Holy Week.
Happy Holy Week.
I had a dance assignment to turn in, so I had a commitment.
It's fine.
But I didn't end up turning in on time. All right. Give me my question.
Anywho, for Riley's, so I thought this was going to be a short episode, but evidently I
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
You're welcome.
Here we go. In this musical, 2 men attempt to get rich by selling naive old ladies' interests in a Broadway flop. However, it turns out to be an unexpected hit.
What is The Producers? The Producers. This isn't Jeopardy.
All right, Jeopardy.
Sorry, I've been watching recently.
It is The Producers.
Nice.
I actually had to like change a couple words in this question because the question is actually, in this musical, 2 producers attempt to get rich by selling. So I thought that might have given it away a little bit too much.
Never would have gotten it.
No, I think the other description is what really.
The only way you would have missed it is if you like thought too much of like.
Oh yeah.
Of like,
I didn't.
Would he have said that? Well, we know you don't think too much, so it's okay.
Listen, as an overthinker, I already knew that you were going to challenge me with some of these questions. So it's fine.
Here we go. It's all based on how I pick out of the bowl. Here we go. Which long-running musical was written by South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
Oh my God. I know this. It has to be the Book of Mormon, right?
It has to be the Book of Mormon because that is correct. That is
cool. Thank you.
Dang, I was hoping you'd get it wrong because I knew it.
It was like, I do love, and for those of you watching, you see this too. I do love when like one person is like, I don't know, and the other person is looking at me in the camera like, I know it. Even, I think last week Sarah for one of them was like,
yeah, I did. I totally did.
All right, Riley. We may be going like 15 rounds deep into this one.
It's seeming like it. Head to head. Good competition. Well done, Riley.
I got nowhere to be. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. A group of artists in New York City struggle with poverty, stormy relationships, and AIDS as they attempt to achieve their ambitions.
Rent.
It is Rent.
I love that show. It's my mom's favorite.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey Riley, just a question. Would you like to go out tonight?
No, I'd like to stay in. I'm having ice cream with my mom and we're watching The Princess Diaries.
Very good.
It's good.
It's a great soundtrack too, actually. I wish they'd make that into a musical.
Very, very good on stage.
Yeah.
I think we may have hit our first difficult question.
Oh, great. Leave it to me. Great.
Perfect.
Here we go. What Broadway musical produced by Walt Disney Theatrical is not based on a Disney film?
Are you? Why would you give me?
I'm not mad about this.
I just pulled out of the bowl.
Well, put it back. I want to call it mulligan. Oh man.
I can read it one more time. That I can.
Yeah, I mean, it won't help. I still need to think, but I'm gonna get you to do it.
What Broadway musical produced by Walt Disney Theatrical is not based on a Disney film?
It's not based. I don't appreciate this. Can I think about it and you come back to me?
No. No.
Well, I know you don't like dead air time.
That's not how podcasts.
Well, then talk through it.
Videos, or yeah, I mean, you could talk through your thinking process.
Well, I'd like to talk through it. Can I phone a friend?
No.
I mean, we've already brought up Jeopardy. I'm gonna call Mark.
What if she called Robin? That'd be weird.
My mom is not gonna know.
I mean,
Another tape off my desk.
Do you have an idea, Riley? Do you think you know? Don't say it. I'm just.
No, oh my God. No, I don't know if I have an idea. I'm like trying to think of like, no, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking because I don't want to help her. That's said with love, Sarah, by the way, but I do want you to lose.
I mean, there's only, I don't appreciate this. There's only, the only thing that literally is popping in my mind is not going to be right. And I'm gonna, Riley, will you make me a promise that you'll miss the next question to make me feel better?
I can't promise, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Luna, that is not helping.
What if it is?
I'm going through like the Disney films in my head, which for the record, there's a lot.
There is a lot.
But like everything I'm thinking of.
When I saw the answer to this question, I didn't realize it was a Disney movie. It was a Disney show.
Yeah, because Disney literally owns everything.
They do. They do. They might own me after this. I can't even try. Why don't I speak dog?
She knows the answer.
She's currently shushing her dog.
She's definitely asking her, like, Alexa what the answer is.
That's what the dog is doing, not me. But Alexa doesn't speak dog either.
Well, no,
Neither does my
fair.
Google.
I feel like that would be a very easy way to cheat. You just mute yourself. Oh, my dog's barking. Yeah. Hey, Alexa. Like,
Yeah, except you can totally see my face.
not when you turn around.
This is true. All right, Sarah.
The only.
Hey, Alexa.
Disney. Disney musical. I don't know. I don't know. Newsies. I don't know. I know that's not right.
It is not. Riley, do you have an idea?
Newsies was actually going to be my stupid guess because it's not an animated film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like waste any more time on this question.
So just throw out an answer.
Mary Poppins.
That would be incorrect. The correct answer is Aida.
Oh,
I knew that.
Oh, I could not have called Mark. He would have yelled at me.
No,
for not knowing it. And I love Aida with a passion. Oh, it's one of my dream shows.
No,
well,
there's a Broadway like song compilation that exists, and Aida is on it. Probably Disney on Broadway like compilation that exists. Ooh, Sarah, that's tough. You just missed a question.
Riley, just stop. Just hush.
All right, Riley.
Well, no, I'm not going to hush. I have to answer the next question.
Okay, fine. Actually, hush when he asks you until the timer runs out.
All right, Riley, you ready for your next one?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Here we go. This is under the last lines category.
Shoot.
You will bow to me, the gentleman, in this way, bending only at the waist. The ladies will make dip as in Europe.
What the heck? Can you repeat it?
I can repeat it, but only once. You will bow to me, the gentleman, in this way, bending only at the waist. The ladies will make dip as in Europe.
I mean, I know I promised Sarah I'd get this one wrong, but I didn't realize it was going to be this difficult.
Oh, you're such a good friend. I know
it. You do. Damn.
Yeah, I do. It was one of the first ones I ever saw.
Can I use that as a hint?
No. I'm much older than you. I've been watching these for a while. Sorry about the phone call in the middle of that.
Oh my god. I don't even have like.
You don't even have a guess. Just throw out a guess.
No, I don't know if I can.
And I feel like I gave Sarah like 5 minutes on the last question, so like you get some time. But
it was 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Oh my god!
Did you time that?
No, I just am a good guesstimator of time.
Throw out any number and we'd believe her. So
thank you. You probably would.
All right, Riley.
So does this mean I can throw out any answer and you'll believe what I say?
No, because I have the paper.
Well done. Touche.
No, I literally have no clue.
No, you're giving up your chance to guess. I see you looking at your playbills.
Yeah.
So cute.
You know exactly what they're right over there. It's not going to be any of the ones on that wall.
All right. Either throw out an answer or give up your spot. Or your chance to answer this question.
I'm going to say, because it makes sense in my head, I'm going to say Godspell.
It is incorrect.
It made sense in my head when I said
that's fine.
That's a decent answer. Not the
it's
right
wrong.
one.
Oh, no, of course it's wrong.
And Sarah, what is it?
I do believe that it is The King and I.
It is. You are correct.
I was really hoping he'd say that's incorrect, but obviously.
Oh, he was not going to say that.
Well, we got you.
Why?
All right, so.
Dang! If only you had given me an easy question, then I could be ahead.
After 4 rounds, with 3 more to go, Sarah is up 1.
Oh, I got that point? Like steals are still a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so much better about
I wouldn't have
life.
given you a chance if it wasn't. I would have just
Oh, I thought you were just being kind. I mean, clearly you are, but hey,
That's
sweet.
why I was upset that you knew it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't let you know that next time.
No, that was not sincere.
No, not at all. There's a trophy involved. I've learned this. Of course, I want the trophy.
I just want bragging rights.
and the trophy spins. That's my favorite part of this whole thing.
I just want to say that I like beat Sarah Fowler, which I don't know if that's
It's
gonna
almost
happen.
it's almost like a Tony.
A what?
It'll look great when I throw my next Tony party.
There we go.
In 2023.
Yes, precisely.
Here we go.
Here I graduate.
Sarah,
Yes.
for your fifth round.
Mm-hmm.
Get it wrong.
There you go. Which musical tells the story of two drag queens and a transgender woman who are contracted to perform a drag show at Alice Springs?
Read it one more time.
Which musical tells the story of two drag queens and a transgender woman who are contracted to perform a drag show at Alice Springs?
I feel like there's a comma in the title. I don't know why I just said that. Is it Priscilla, Queen of the Desert?
It is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And there's
a
a comma in the title.
Oh, thank you, Mother, for instilling in me a love for punctuation.
How did you think that there was a random?
Listen, I am a grammar nerd.
This is true. You do punctuate all of your texts.
I do. No one ever does that. And then I get really upset when I punctuate. Like if it autocorrects to something else, I get very upset. I feel like somebody's going to think I'm dumb.
All righty, here we go.
So now I'm like behind. Well, not like
But you
behind.
haven't gone this round yet.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still like behind.
Only by
It is like baseball
it'll be fine.
in that point where like you have to make sure you go in the round.
Yeah. So don't forget to ask me a question. I want to make sure I get my point.
I'm pulling it right now.
We got you.
Here we go.
If I get my point.
I feel like I should only read the first half of this. Here we go.
Now read the full thing.
I have to read the question number. Here we go. A gambler bets a man about town that he can't get a virtuous Salvation Army worker to go on a date with him.
Guys and Dolls.
'Tis Guys and Dolls.
I'm so glad you got that question because that's one of the shows I've never seen. I've played several songs from it as an accompanist, but I've never actually
Well, now I wish you got that
seen
question.
Guys and Dolls.
You want to have gotten that?
I probably would have. I would have had you read it again. I would have had to think about it.
Like when I said I should only have to say the first half, I really just meant the first two words. A gambler.
Oh yeah, no. When you said a gambler, I was like, oh, it's Guys and Dolls.
Cool. I'm glad you read the full thing.
5-4, Sarah.
As long as I got that 5 and not that 4.
Sarah can still get one wrong.
I know I can. I'm probably just jinxing myself, but it's fine.
I keep doing it.
Here we go. I'm gonna pick another one. You've already had that. You've already had that show.
Today or in another round?
Today.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh, well, save it. I want to hear what it was later.
Okay.
Yeah, save it for
Okay.
after.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
No.
Which musical is set among the students at New York's High School for the Performing Arts?
New York High School for the performing arts. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, it's Fame.
It is Fame.
I'm gonna live forever. Star like a flame.
That show is because of Broadway Boot Camp when I was like 10.
Aw, was that the one I did?
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember. I believe that would be 6-4, in case anyone cared.
I was uncalled for. I didn't need that right now.
It was slightly uncalled for. You know who called for it?
I'm giving you a heart. Giving you my heart. Don't swat it away. That's what everybody else does too. That's why I have a dog.
Oh.
No, we went there. Sorry.
That's sad.
I really didn't mean for this to go emo.
This has been a roller coaster of a competition. Whose turn is it? Is Riley?
It's Riley's turn.
Not let Sarah go again.
Let me, if you need help, let me know.
Here we go, Riley. An African-American woman living in Georgia works to become independent from her abusive husband in this musical, based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Alice Walker.
What?
You can get this if you think about it.
I have a feeling that I need to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to read it again while you're thinking?
Yes, help her. You want to hear this again. Trust me. You got this. I know you can get this.
I know I can too, but I don't know if I...
Here we go. I'm just going to read it again. An African-American woman living in Georgia works to become independent from her abusive husband in this musical, which is based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Alice Walker.
Is it The Color Purple?
It is The Color Purple. Color Purple.
I was so nervous. I was like, I have no idea what the show's about.
The next thing I was going to do was like lean back so that you could see my shirt since it is purple.
I almost said it's also a movie.
It is also a movie.
With Oprah's in that, right? All right, here we go.
I haven't seen it.
Final round. Are both
Final
of you
round.
over there too?
I am, yeah.
I know you are.
Well, I'm also writing them down, you know. My weekly playlist is based on, like from my car, is based on the shows that you bring up in our podcast.
Very nice.
Thank you. All right, I'm ready. Is this really the 7th round, the final round?
This is the final one.
Final countdown is on. Appreciate your vote of confidence.
Here we go.
Of course.
This is a general Broadway question.
Oh, goody. No.
While Broadway is an actual street, which is the longest street in New York City, not all Broadway theaters are located on that street. How many Broadway theaters are actually located on Broadway?
Excuse me, can I go get my photo album from when we visited? Okay, fine.
Absolutely not.
And if we were doing extra credit questions, I would also ask for you to name them, but because I have them written down.
Is there a can I get half a point if I get generally close to the number?
No.
Come on.
This is for going to the championship.
Yeah.
I know. Again, I wish I spoke dog. I feel like Luna's trying to give me the answer.
She's just kind of looking at you, which is funny. She's like, come on, Mom.
Mom.
She's like, come on, Mom.
Mom.
I'm really glad this question came up.
I'm really glad it did too.
I feel like it's in the 40s. feel like, I mean, hey, Riley, remember when you were studying for this and like you read a bunch of Playbill stuff? I feel like this is probably an article from Playbill somewhere. Could you help me out a little bit?
No.
Okay, fine.
So first of all, it did not come from a Playbill quiz. This came from a different thing that I was looking up. And I did look at a couple other sources to make sure that this is right. I do want to, no, I'm not gonna give her a hint. I'm gonna read it one more time.
Good, because I was like, oh, I know this one. At least I think I do. Because I think I remember.
No, don't read it again. Take my answer. 41.
That is not correct.
You sure about that?
Yeah. How many Broadway theaters are actually on Broadway? On the street of Broadway?
All right. Can I go ahead and give my thing?
Mm-hmm.
My answer? This could be wrong, but I think it's 4.
It is 4.
I think I definitely just gave you the total number of theaters.
You did. That's why I wish you would have let me read it to you again.
That feels good. That feels really good. Sorry, Sarah. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm good. I'm on air, so I'm going to be nice.
Once that recording ends, like...
Here we go.
That was Sarah's.
My answer had the number 4 in it. Let's just be clear.
I will say this: when you said it's somewhere in the 4, when you said 4, I was like, oh shoot, she knows it. And then you went 40s, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
I feel like I should get somehow a bonus point for knowing how many Broadway theaters are in New York or in Broadway. I feel like I should get points for this. Just go on. I'm going to mute myself.
Cover her. All right, Riley.
She's covering her mouth. She's like, ah. Definitely, yeah. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous.
Good. I'm glad.
I cracked my knuckles recently, so I can't do it now, but
I just am enjoying and slightly terrified of Sarah's like aggressively putting on chapstick.
That was chapstick? I thought that was a carrot.
Yes, I'm rubbing a carrot all over my face. Vitamin D is very important to me.
I thought you took a bite out of it.
And it's dinner time. No, I did not take a bite out of my chapstick. I'm not that desperate.
Listen, okay, Zoom calls, quality's a little fuzzy.
Would you like to answer your question now?
Here we go. This is 2-part, and you have to give me both.
All right.
In Mamma Mia, how many dads does the lead character Sophie have, and can you name them?
So she has 3 dads. It is Bill, Sam, and Harry.
And you are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is the last round. And a score of 7-6. Riley has won.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Good game, Sarah. Good game.
And where is it? Where's my mouse? Whoops. And Riley, one last time, give me your battle cry.
What team? Wildcats!
All right, thank you. And there we have it. We have our 2 finalists for the championship match for next week. We have Mark versus Riley. So congratulations on your hard-fought wins. Let's take one quick look at the bracket where we have Mark and Riley for next week. So how do you all feel about going against each other and going into the championship and fighting for this trophy? Mark, I'll let you go first.
I'm ready. Bring it on, Riley.
Riley.
I'm so scared.
Well, I am scared too, because I mean, you knew something that I didn't know. So
Yeah, I mean, you are like the walking, talking like Broadway encyclopedia. So I also didn't think I was gonna win against Sarah.
Yeah.
So
all right. So come back next week. You can find all of these episodes plus my more traditional interview episodes of Stand By Go on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, on my YouTube channel, John O'Neill. And until next time.